The UNIPASS system is being piloted at some 49 entry points across the country, including the Takoradi port. The pilot is aimed at test running the system before it is fully rolled out. But it is alleged that since the piloting started, only one declaration has gone through the system, and even with that, it took 4 to 5 days to clear. This is a move that defeats the Vice President's efforts aimed at clearing goods at the ports within 4 hours. The president of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Edi Akron, in an interview with Citi Business News, says they are still using the GCnet and West Blue platforms in the areas where the piloting is taking place because the UNIPASS system is not ready to take off.
We do not have anything against government, policies and programs. If it directly affects us and affects the trader and affects the treasury, if it's going to take a hit, then we have an issue. We would have to speak out on it. Okay? So, like I said, so far, the senior minister just ordered a few, stations, I think about 49 of them, to necessarily roll onto the UNIPASS system. The major ones which we know are the Flao and the Lubo borders, where, most of our transit cargo through the West African coast is coming through. And that is what I should say for now. As we speak today, I'm saying there's only one declaration that has actually gone through. The status quo is still there. We're still using the West Blue, the PASS system, and the GCnet system as it works. Reason why we're saying if they're not ready, then we shouldn't push this, because if this happens, it's just going to be a matter of chaos.
Mr. Akron added that no end-to-end testing has been done to test run the UNIPASS platform, hence the agitation over the rolling out of the new UNIPASS system at the port.
We know the system is not ready. We know the system is not ready. We have been through whatever training they're supposed to give us. We haven't done any end-to-end processes on it, okay? In fact, they would have to go through, we have to go through the end-to-end process using all the other customs regimes, okay? Then they have to run a piloting. We're saying the stress test will have to be done on the system to make sure that the system is robust enough to carry all the pressure that we put on the system. If all of this has not been done, how does it work? Okay? So if you can't be proud of just one declaration going through a system, which maybe took about some 4 or 5 days, okay? So when you have about 20,000 declarants at the same time hitting your system, what is going to happen? If it's not working, we cannot hide the fact. We'll have to speak to it.
Meanwhile, the Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association, Samson Asaki Awengobit, on his part also said government has no choice than to allow GCnet and West Blue continue their work until 2023, when their contracts elapse. He said since the piloting started, no good news has been heard about the UNIPASS system in areas where it is being piloted, and it will be chaotic if it is allowed to take over immediately.
Now, the game is that UNIPASS is in Takoradi and other borders. We have not heard people clearing within it, on it, using it as it was portrayed to us. So if you ask me today, between UNIPASS and GCnet, which one should be there? I will tell you the government has no choice than to let GCnet run till 2023. Whilst the UNIPASS will use that period to build their system or their data or whatever. But we cannot say GCnet should go today and allow UNIPASS to work when we are not getting success as we speak now. But for now, my advice to government is that let GCnet continue to run, whilst UNIPASS will take their time to build their data, to build their systems, to train the people who will be using the UNIPASS system to do their work, to understand the in and out. But we cannot afford to say GCnet should go today and UNIPASS should take over tomorrow. I don't stand for that. I subscribe that GCnet should continue to run.
For Citi Business News, my name is Elvis Washington reporting from Tema.